okay? For instance, you'll see a guy headlining at the Spear. They probably be getting a couple of $1 million. But you'll see a guy on the undercard of a big show probably making more money than that guy.
Floyd, I saw a thing this morning, him talking about keeping his money clean, stuffing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a plastic bag. These guys don't need money. A lot of times when you get these great champions fighting well past their prime, it's to make cash.
Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too.
Terence Crawford has shut down talk of a fight with Floyd Mayweather, calling it nothing more than a money-driven idea. Crawford made it clear he's never imagined facing Mayweather and has no interest in doing so. In his view, these kinds of matchups aren't about proving greatness but about generating hype and chasing massive paydays. He argued that Mayweather's focus since retirement has been on exhibitions and money, not true competition. Crawford acknowledged Mayweather's legacy, but insisted that this era belongs to him, and he won't let financially motivated demands overshadow what he has already accomplished in the sport.
I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, bro. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Critics claim that Floyd Mayweather's recent boxing appearances have less to do with cementing his athletic legacy and more to do with chasing financial gain. Once admired for his defensive genius and flawless record, Mayweather has now turned his attention to exhibition bouts, contests that deliver massive paychecks but little competitive value. Observers point out that he constantly flaunts his wealth, making it clear he doesn't need these fights for money, yet he continues to take them. As a result, many believe his post-retirement focus has shifted entirely toward business and spectacle rather than genuine sporting challenges, leaving some fans disheartened by the direction his career has taken.
Floyd, I saw a thing this morning, him talking about keeping his money clean, stuffing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a plastic bag. These guys don't need money. A lot of times when you get these great champions fighting well past their prime, it's to make cash. We see it a lot. These two don't seem to need the money. So I don't understand the need to do this. When talked about it, Mike Tyson said, I still can't believe Floyd wants to really do this. It's going to be detrimental to his health, but he wants to do it. So it's signed and it's happening. Hey, when Mike fought Jake Paul, a lot was made of him being 58 years old. He's in tremendous shape. I mean, I saw him, and even in there, right? He couldn't get going at the rate that he expected, but early, he was fighting like Mike Tyson. Floyd Mayweather's much younger, but he's so much smaller. So I get why Mike is like, yo, I don't know what this dude wants to do. Because there was a world where no one would ever thought that those guys would end up in the ring together. And again, they don't need money. I imagine, though, it's going to be a boatload of money.
Former world champion Timothy Bradley hasn't held back when discussing the fantasy showdown between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. Bradley argues that Mayweather has historically struggled against southpaws, and Crawford's versatile style would present him with serious problems. He points to Crawford's switch hitting, precise timing, and adaptability as weapons Mayweather simply wouldn't be able to neutralize. Bradley challenges the notion of Floyd being untouchable, insisting that Crawford's dynamic skill set could crack his defense. He even goes as far as to suggest that Mayweather isn't that good when matched against fighters like Crawford, a bold claim that has only intensified the debate between fans of both camps.
Absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that backhand, the way he reaches with that. That level change backhand he throws too? No, man, that pull jab he does too, that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. Floyd got a 72-inch reach. Yeah, he had quickness, fast reflexes. However, Crawford got all of that too. He got all of that too. And he got a 75-inch reach. Great counterpuncher. Can concentrate all night. Can put pressure on Floyd. He can even invite Floyd in. Yep. I noticed. Floyd's not having success. He started to step on the gas. That's what he do. And he gonna run into problems with Crawford because Crawford hits harder than him. Crawford is the most complete fighter that I've ever witnessed in real life.
On the flip side, many analysts argue that it's premature and even unfair to compare Crawford with Mayweather. They point out that Floyd's resume is stacked with a long list of elite opponents, whereas Crawford has not consistently faced the same level of competition. From this perspective, the comparison feels uneven. Crawford's accomplishments, while undeniably impressive, don't yet carry the same historical weight as Mayweather's. These voices emphasize that Floyd's greatness is already secured in boxing history, while Crawford is still adding to his legacy and shouldn't be placed on the same pedestal too soon.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites. Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
Boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult sparked controversy by suggesting that Terence Crawford deserves to be ranked ahead of Floyd Mayweather for one crucial reason. He pointed to Crawford's win over Canelo Alvarez, emphasizing that Floyd, despite his greatness, would never have taken on such a dangerous challenge under the same circumstances. Showbiz argued that Crawford not only moved up in weight but also faced Canelo while he was in his prime, something Mayweather was far more cautious about when selecting opponents and timing fights. In his view, that level of risk elevates Crawford's legacy beyond Mayweather's carefully managed career, an opinion that pushes back against the idea of Floyd being untouchable in boxing history.
Why is Terence Bud Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather? Or better than Floyd Mayweather? Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence Bud Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit. Never being at middleweight, first fight at middleweight, being against Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Terence Bud Crawford never been a middleweight shit. The most he's been is super welterweight, and he was only there once. And he's fighting at 168 against one of the greatest super middleweights of all time, one of the greatest middleweights of all time, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters of all time, reigning undisputed champion at super middleweight. That is unheard of, and that's something that Floyd Mayweather wouldn't even attempt to do.
Interestingly, Terence Crawford himself has voiced frustration over the constant comparisons to Floyd Mayweather. He's made it clear he has no interest in fighting Floyd, stressing that Mayweather had his time in a different era. Crawford believes this era belongs to him, and fans should focus on the accomplishments he's building now rather than looking backward. While he openly acknowledges Mayweather's greatness, Crawford insists that legacies shouldn't overlap. In his eyes, the obsession with pitting him against a retired, past his prime Mayweather is unfair, especially when he is still actively carving out his own dominance in the sport.
I was going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
Manny Garcia, a fighter who has shared the ring with elite competition himself, offered a diplomatic take when asked who would win between Mayweather and Crawford. Rather than picking sides, Garcia suggested the matchup could very well end in a draw. He reasoned that Mayweather's defensive mastery combined with Crawford's offensive versatility might simply cancel each other out. Garcia's view highlights the immense respect both fighters command, as many believe their skills are so evenly matched that even a dream fight might not produce a clear winner. His perspective added yet another layer to the already heated debate among fans of both champions.
Crawford has the tools to beat him. He has the long arms. He switches lefty and righty, but Floyd was pinpoint accuracy, tremendous defense. I just think whoever at 147, that's tough. I don't know. A draw.
Okay, what about Oscar De La Hoya and Crawford at 54?
Oh man, Oscar was a hell of a fighter, man. I think they could beat each other, to be honest. I think Oscar could beat him. Oscar's a hell of a fighter. He got great jab, good footwork. Oscar was a tremendous fighter. I feel like people really overlook his resume. He's an Olympic gold medalist. That's the hardest thing probably to get. It's harder than the world title.
Former world champion Shane mostly believes Floyd Mayweather's size would ultimately work against him in a matchup with Terence Crawford. While acknowledging Floyd's technical brilliance, mostly argued that he would be too small to cope with Crawford's power, reach, and versatility. He suggested that Mayweather's defensive style could be neutralized by Crawford's ability to switch stances and use his physical advantages to control the ring. For Mosley, that's the deciding factor. Floyd thrived against opponents closer to his own size, but against a naturally bigger and stronger Crawford, the gap would be too wide. His take underscores how size, not just skill, plays a pivotal role in fantasy matchups.
So I've got serious personal differences with Terence Crawford, and I have ethical issues with Terence Crawford in the way that he negotiated certain things and certain things went down. However, at this point in his career, and I really believe since he's at 135 pounds, there's no question in the greatness and how terrific a fighter he is. So after he beats Canelo Alvarez and becomes the undisputed champion in his third weight division, people start asking the question of whether or not he's better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I think that is a fair question. And the reason that I say that is because they're the same size. They're the same size. They fought by and large in the same weight classes, and dominated right after one another. Really, there was the period of Andre Ward in between them. I would love to throw Andre Ward in the conversation, but I don't think that the comparison is as clean and easy to make between Terence Crawford and Andre Ward as it is between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Just again, because of the similarity in the weight classes that they fought in. So when Shane Mosley chimed in and talked about the two, my ears perked up. Perked up because if you recall, Shane Mosley was the one that gave Floyd Mayweather Jr. his most dangerous fight, without a doubt. His most dangerous fight, the one where Shane Mosley landed on Floyd Mayweather 2 times and rocked him in the first round. Shane was an older fighter. Floyd bared down and won the fight.
Showbiz the Adult added nuance to the ongoing Crawford-Mayweather debate by addressing how Crawford's victory over Canelo has fueled comparisons between their legacies. He acknowledged that some now view Crawford's legacy as equal to, or even greater than, Floyd's. However, Showbiz cautioned against oversimplifying the discussion, stressing that a legacy cannot be defined by a single fight. While Crawford's win was historic, Mayweather's career represents decades of dominance across multiple weight classes. According to him, a fair comparison must consider consistency, quality of opposition, and long-term influence on the sport. His balanced perspective recognizes Crawford's greatness while still respecting Floyd's already cemented legacy.
Add a heavyweight to my Mount Rushmore. My Mount Rushmore is best boxers. Greatest is different. Greatest is impact. Now you're talking Floyd Mayweather, you're talking Muhammad Ali, you're talking, all those guys, Sugar Ray Robinson, everybody. But this is best. And sadly, when it comes to the heavyweight division, just by nature, the little guys are the better guys, okay? Not only are they better skill-wise, they have more opportunity to do greater things. Because they're small, they can go up weight classes, they can kind of test themselves more. The heavyweight division is at the top of the mountain, all right? So they're the badasses of the badasses. You kind of go up to them, but they can't push themselves up much more, except for within their weight class, they fight a very big guy.
Trainer Stephen Breadman Edwards offered a refreshing take on the Crawford-Mayweather debate. He urged fans and media to stop forcing comparisons and instead allow Crawford to fully enjoy his recent triumph. Breadman stressed that Crawford's victory over Canelo was a once-in-a-lifetime achievement that deserves to be celebrated on its own merits, without dragging Mayweather's name into the conversation. He also criticized the immaturity in constantly pitting fighters against each other when it isn't necessary. In his view, Floyd is retired and shouldn't even be part of the discussion. The spotlight should remain on Crawford's accomplishments, giving him full credit without overshadowing them with endless what-if debates.
To Floyd.
You know, man, I don't really want to compare him right now, Hans, if we seeing everything that's going on with Floyd and Roy. You know what I mean? And, you know, they competitive guys. Next thing you know, Bud and Floyd will be mad at each other, man, and wanting to fight because people is like putting them against each other. Let's just enjoy the moment. I don't know. It's a close fight. You know, it's things Floyd do better. It's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, because I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing, like, and make up something just to, I got my opinion on, you know, how the fights would go, and, you know, but I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy. They two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment. And, you know, unfortunately, they didn't fight. You know, they could have made, they kind of two different eras, though. Even though they was fighting at the same time, Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC, and Bud's a lot young, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we got to just live with it. You know what I mean?
Boxing world remains as divided as ever, with the debate showing no signs of slowing down. Supporters of Terence Crawford point to the risks he's embraced, most notably moving up in weight to defeat Canelo Alvarez, as proof he could overcome Mayweather. On the other side, Floyd's backers argue that an undefeated record built on defensive mastery speaks for itself. In reality, both men stand as giants of their eras, each embodying a different approach to the sport. The ongoing comparisons reflect just how deeply they've influenced boxing, two legacies, unique yet equally powerful, that continue to fuel passionate arguments and enduring admiration.